Welcome back to Keep It Quick, I'm Jax, and today I'll be covering how computers store images, sounds, and characters in binary, as well as the two types of compression. If you remember from our binary video, everything stored in the computer has to be in binary. So how are images stored in binary? The most common way is through a bitmap, which turns the picture into pixels with all different binary code to represent the color that pixel should be. This makes it so that once all the pixels are together, it makes the bigger picture. We call this a resolution, which is the number of pixels within an image. Another thing is the color depth, which is the number of bits you have to make up different binary numbers for different colors. The more bits you have, the more colors you have, and thus the more detailed the photo will be. This is all stored in the metadata, which includes its resolution, color depth, where it was taken, if it was from a camera or cell phone. Next is how sound is stored in binary. It does this through sampling, which takes the altitude of the sound wave, which is then measured to convert it into a binary number. There is also sampling frequency, which shows how often the amplitude is measured. The higher it is, the better the quality will sound, but also the bigger the file will be. Another important thing is bitrate. It is the number of bits taken during a recording. The higher the number is, the closer to life it will sound. But it'll take up a lot more storage. Next is characters, which each English character is given a unique binary number. The old way we did this was using the American Standard Code for Information and Interchange, or ASCII for short. It used 7 bits, which meant there were 128 possible numbers and combinations. This meant it could only cover the English language, so if you spoke another language, it was pretty much useless. This is why we now use Unicode, which uses 32 bits for each character, meaning there are roughly 4 billion possible combinations for characters, which is enough for all the alphabets in the world, plus room for anything else. It's always smart to compress files to save storage, or to send them quicker over the internet. We do this with two types of compression. You have lossy compression, which made the file much smaller, as it loses some of the data when compressing. This is used for things like pictures, sound, or video, as it was barely noticeable and saved a lot of space. Next is lossless compression, which made a file slightly smaller but without losing any of the data at all. This wouldn't make it much smaller, but was necessary for things like text files, as otherwise once it became uncompressed, it would just be gibberish. That's all for Keep It Quick. For more information, go to learncomputing.org. The link will be in the description.